Hello everyone and welcome to the beginning of my Booker Prize reading vlogs. I'm so excited. The Booker Prize was just announced, the long list was announced yesterday, meaning I gotta get started with reading these books ASAP. Meaning I'm starting this vlog today. I'm gonna be reading at least 4 books in this video, maybe 5. I'm excited, I'm nervous. I'm excited to jump in. I was lucky enough that I got a digital copy of a couple of the books. I frantically was emailing publishers and already they were like, we're really sorry, these books are already in really high demand and like we don't know if we can get them to you. And I've got a lot of people that have just not replied to me, so hopefully I don't have to go out and buy all of these books because I did not save up money for this. I did not budget for that. So we're going to start with the ones that I have, and one of the first ones that we're going to start with that I'm really excited about is actually the only one that I bought physically. It is One Boat, and I think that should be arriving at some point, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but I've also got it on my Kindle because that one was on NetGalley. And then I'm also going to be reading on my Kindle to start with Flashlight by Susan Choi. I already can't quite remember much about these ones, but I thought I'd start with one I'm really excited about, which is One Boat, and one that I was personally less grabbed with, like by the descriptions, which is Flashlight. When I was reading the descriptions, that one did not grab me nearly as much, because if I just read all of the ones that I want to read at the beginning, then this final vlog, like in this series, is going to be really challenging to get to. I'll obviously be taking you around in my life as I read these books and telling you my thoughts as I read them. And I'll be reading a couple of other books during this vlog as well that I don't know yet. We're going to see what shows up. We're going to see what I can get my hands on. And we'll probably be doing some book shopping at some point to go and pick up some of these books. Maybe I will spend some Waterstones points that I've been saving up. Also, you can just come along with me in my daily life. We'll probably be doing some cute fun stuff. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I'll find something entertaining to show you. So it's Thursday night now. I've just finished work for the day and I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to start reading, but also I'm probably going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3 at some point as well. So am I going to read? Am I going to play video games? You know, who's to tell? I'll tell you later, probably a little bit of both. At least I hope it'll be both. Okay, I have officially started the first book for this vlog, and I've started off with Flashlight. Like I said, I kind of just wanted to jump in before I thought about it too much. So I've started with Flashlight because I had that one. I managed to get it from NetGalley. So I have it on my Kindle now. I'm literally 3% in. Already I'm more intrigued than I thought I would be. It's basically following this young girl, and when she's 10 years old, her dad goes missing like on the beach one night, and then you skip forward and she's seeing a child psychologist. And her dad has died, and the child psychologist is asking her like why she said that her dad was kidnapped. And she's kind of like young and precocious, and I don't know, I think this is actually going to be more intriguing than I thought. Like, hoping it's going to be quite mysterious, but I'm already liking the writing style, and I'm liking this young child character. She seems like very weird, which is fun. So I'm going to keep reading. I also have been playing Baldur's Gate, obviously. I have to do both, but I'm at least proud that I've made a start on the first book of this vlog. Good morning, everyone. I am out on my daily little walk, and I finally found an audiobook for some of the books on the Booker Prize list. So I'm just about to start, or I have just started, the audiobook for Audition by Kitamura. This is one of the ones I'm most excited about, so I'm really glad that I got the audiobook for this one. And it looks like it's only about 5 hours long as well. So Audition is the one that's basically about a woman who goes to meet a younger man at a restaurant, and that's the only information I have, and that's the only information I want to have. This one's relatively shorter, definitely shorter than Flashlight, which I was reading last night. So I might get a good chunk through it on this walk, because I'm going to be walking for about an hour, and I usually listen at least on 2 times speed. So we'll see how I do, but I should have good kind of initial thoughts by the end of this walk. Also, in terms of Flashlight, I was reading for a bit last night, although I did fall asleep, but I got about 6% through, and I am really enjoying it. It's really well written. I don't usually like things written from the perspective of children, but it's just really, something about it is really grabbing me already, which is really nice because it's a long book. So I'm happy that it's grabbing me in the initial bit. and we've already moved perspective to another young boy. So we've left the 10-year-old girl, or with another young boy. So I'm excited to see how it's all going to kind of pull together. Just back from my walk, made myself a coffee, gonna sit in here now. Let me update you on my first thoughts of this book. Let me just pop you there while we chat about it. So, wow. Like I said, I'm about, let me check actually, I think I'm over halfway. Okay, I'm 60% in to the book. First half, I was like, yeah, this is kind of interesting, I'm enjoying it, but like, you know, wasn't getting much. It's about this woman who's an actress and going to meet this guy for lunch, and you're kind of figuring out why they've gone to meet, basically. Being introduced to her husband and then this guy. And then the second half of the book comes, and it's, I would say it's different, but it's also exactly the same. Something significant changes, and it's immediately I was like, okay, I'm locked in now. I'm locked in. I love it when there's just something really unusual that happens like halfway through, or something is introduced, and I'm immediately like, I was passively kind of listening to it, and then I immediately was like, okay, let's lock in and let's think about this, and let's figure this out. And I don't think I'll be able to figure anything out, but I like to try and figure out what I think is happening, or what I think the author's trying to say. So I think it's gonna be really good, and I might carry on reading it today. I was gonna save it the rest for my walk tomorrow morning, finish it off while I'm walking tomorrow, but I'm intrigued. I'm very much intrigued, and I'm 60% through, so I could definitely finish a lot of it this morning. But yeah, already enjoying it. Obviously all to play for. Could be I really get annoyed with the ending of this one, because this one's a shorter book as well, and it's written in a very like kind of accessible but like also quite tense way. I think that most people could read this one quite quickly. I have to sit here and start work and do some emails now, and I'm gonna have my coffee, but I'm very tempted to continue reading it. But if I finish it today, then I already need another audiobook for tomorrow. This is the thing with audiobooks, they're so hard to find and get, but then you read them so quick usually. I'm just back. I'm putting back in my pajamas already, but I just come back from a meal out that was absolutely delightful. I didn't actually vlog anything, I'm so sorry. It was delicious. Went to somewhere called Tayab's near Whitechapel, and it was absolutely delicious curry. But I'm back home now, haven't done any more reading, so I'm not even really sure why I'm updating you, but I'm definitely going to be doing some more reading tonight before I go to bed, and I think I will continue on reading Flashlight. Sorry, I was just checking on me. So yeah, had a lovely meal out. Definitely going to be reading more of the Flashlight this evening, and then my plan is tomorrow morning, wake up, go on my walk and finish off Audition. So interested to see how this one ends, because I've heard and I've seen from reviews really mixed things. I think, and it all depends on the very end of this book, or like how you feel about basically trying to figure stuff out yourself. That's the impression I'm getting. So I'm excited to see what I think. And that means if I do finish it tomorrow, I'm gonna have to pick my next book already. I do actually, that's just Baldur's Gate loading up. I am about to play Baldur's Gate a little bit before I go to bed. Sorry. I have actually found the audiobook for Flashlight, I think, so I could do that as a Kindle and audiobook read to get me through it faster, because it's going to be one of the longer ones. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. This reading update is coming to you from a very hungover Lydia. Oh my god. Got myself a very expensive orange juice to try and cure me, and an almond croissant that feels stale. So that's how my days go. Look, it's our neighbour's cat. Hello, Otto. I've seen the cats about town. Anyway, I was literally too hungover to even listen to an audiobook. I have since been listening. Why are you being all shy? This is Miso's boyfriend that she bullies. Anyway, yeah, too hungover to cope, but I have actually been listening. Maybe the orange juice did do some good. I'm about 70% through Audition now. Still really enjoying it. I'm loving the way it's going. I think it's very fun. So that's the coherent reading update that you're getting right now. Can't even do words. I need to be on a sofa horizontal. Okay, I've just finished Audition and I really liked it. I thought it was great. I especially liked the writing style. I thought it was just really well written, and I enjoyed the whole theme of kind of everything in your life is a performance, and we're all really just actors on a stage, and you know, everything that can come with that. I'm going to be vague about this because I think it's more fun to discover this book for yourself, especially because it's quite short. But I read it really, really quickly, and every time I wasn't reading it, I wanted to pick it up and continue reading it. So I can happily say that I really enjoyed it, and I think I will give it like around 4 stars out of 5 stars. And I'll definitely check out this author's other work as well, because I did really enjoy the writing style. Something about it was very accessible, and I don't know, just like it really like pulled you along in this kind of like rhythm. First book done for the Booker Prize reading vlogs, and it's a thumbs up from me, so that's great. I have also continued reading Flashlight, and I've continued enjoying this one as well. I'm about 10% through this one, 11% through. And so far we've left behind the girl from the beginning, and we've just followed the story of a young man his parents are Korean, but he was born in Japan, and basically following his life up until his early adulthood, where his parents were basically promised a better life if they returned back to Korea, to North Korea, and you know, as suspected, there's not much communication coming forward since they moved back. And I think the next chunk is going to follow a different character as well. So I'm really enjoying the writing. I like the characters that we've been introduced to. Still enjoying it. It's going to be a long one. It's taking me a while to read it, but I think it's going to be one of those ones that is really worth it. Just sitting, getting some work done in a coffee shop. The power station behind me. I feel exhausted, but that's what happens when you have a very fun weekend. Hello, beautiful vlog. I have to admit, I've not been great at reading lately. I keep falling asleep at night without reading anything, and I'm not making time to read during the day, but that is all changing today. I'm going to get focused. I woke up with a lot more energy than the last couple of days, so I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm going to really sit down and focus on reading these Booker Prize books, namely Flashlight. I'm going to go on a walk now and listen to more of it. I don't know why I've had it paused for the last few days, because I read the first 25% of it really, really fast, and I have been really enjoying it, but I just need like an extra push or something just to like push myself to get back to reading it. And I'm sure that probably today, I hope maybe I'll get to the halfway point today, although it's a longer book, so I'm not sure, but that's my aim. I'm gonna get to halfway point by the end of today. But the reason I just started vlogging is because I just got this parcel, and it looks like perhaps my email sending around begging publishers may have come to some fruition. So let's open this up. I'm not gonna jinx it, although I might, but it feels like there's more than one book in here. So I really hope so, because I haven't received anything else from all of my begging. And so I don't have any of the books physically apart from the one I already had, which was Universality. And I actually even ended up buying one boat, and it hasn't arrived yet as well. So that's a bit strange as well. Let me prop you up and we'll open up this package. Okay, hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. You can see my Dr. Pepper pile over there. All right, let's open this. How excited. Yay, there is 2, and one of them is the one I'm reading. Okay, sorry, I'm holding it completely the wrong way for you. Flashlight, Susan Choi. Choi? Oh, it is like a good hefty book. I wonder if this is the longest one. I don't think it is actually. I think there's another one on the list that's slightly longer. But I'm not sure which one it was. I probably remember if I saw it. Oh, feels good to have it in my hands. Looks like such a Booker Prize book, doesn't it? Like they've really, I don't know, something about the cover really screams Booker to me. It screams like, this is a novel, you know? Which normally, I don't know if I would pick this up, especially based on the description that I briefly did read. But honestly, I'm loving it so far. Let's see what the other book is, because I can see that there is 2 in here. And it's, oh, Flesh by David Zasley. This one is actually way longer than I thought. I thought this one, for some reason, was like a little skinny little one. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Oh my God, it's signed. It's a signed copy. Well, thank you very much, Vintage, and David, I should say. How amazing. That's so cool. Should I check if this one is signed? I didn't even look inside. No, it's not. Don't get excited. Honestly, Vintage is one of my favorite publishers. I honestly just love working with them. I think that they are also just such a good, reliable publisher. So yeah, these are the 2 books that I got. How fun. So now I have this on my Kindle, and I have it as an audiobook. I'm listening to it on Spotify, so I will probably run out of hours very, very soon. And I have it physically, so this is really fun. So maybe this means I'll read Flesh as well for the next part of this vlog, because I have 2 more books to pick up in this vlog and I haven't decided on which ones they are yet. Yeah, where am I up to in this one? I'm about 25% through, but I'm about to go now on a walk, so I will update you with how it's going as I walk, or maybe when I come back, because sometimes it is awkward walking around my local park talking to my phone. I'm just dropping off some clothes, just drop that, at the charity shop, so I thought I would also check out if there's any books. I'm not allowed to buy anything, obviously, but you know, we'll have a look. Okay, what have we got? I'm pretty sure I donated this one. Where's the Joe Abercrombie? I'm not sure what part of the series this comes in. Oh my god, I just opened it and it's got this message in it. I wonder if Amy did keep it and what the other instructions were. Oh, so actually it's the first one in the next series. So I'm tempted by this. I actually never finished the last book in the another series, I don't think. One of my all-time faves. A steal for somebody else. Another one of my all-time faves. Guys, get to this shop. Never seen empty shelves here before, so I need to get donating. I've heard a lot about this one, but I'm not sure if it'd be my thing. Also another banger though, Detransition Baby. Just spotted a Fitzgeraldo. Oh no, £5.50, what the hell? Okay, I think it's a collection of stories. So I'm less tempted, but why is it so expensive? I'm back home. I've just been listening to more of the book, or I've got to about 40%. Oh my god, we've finally kind of collided in. The beginning of the book is where this thing happens where her father goes missing, and then we go back in time and we follow each 3 of the characters, the mother, father and daughter, and at about like 35% you kind of collide into present time where the accident happens, and then we're now like rapidly moving forward in time, and I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like out of breath almost with like how quickly we're moving forward through time. Like the little girl is like an adult now, she's gone to college at least, which is where I've just gotten up to. And yeah, no, it's really, really good. I'm about 40% through now, like I said. I'll easily get to 50% today at some point. But I think I might try and read even more than that. It's like it's very addicting somehow. Okay, I've been doing so much reading. I've been reading the physical book because why not? I have it, don't I? I've just gotten to part 4. So we'll see. Look away if you don't like folded over pages. What page number am I on? I don't know. Around 280. So I've read around 80 pages since sitting here. I'm definitely still really enjoying it, but out of the 3 perspectives, I do prefer the mother's perspective, I think. And we've just had a long portion of the daughter, who is college aged and now like a few years beyond. She just irritates me, and I know she's supposed to. I know that is the point of her as a character, that she is very stubborn and obstinate, and it's just that sometimes that's the type of character that I don't get on with, especially as they get older. Like her as a younger child, she was very rude and very inflexible, but like it really fit as her being a 10-year-old, especially with everything she'd been through. And I think it's something about me. I get less and less sympathetic as they get older and older. Like a 21-year-old acting in that way and like being really nasty to people, I'm like, oh, come on. I don't know. I just then end up, I know that it's come from a bad place, but especially when you get the other perspectives, like her relationship with her mother, I don't know, she's not the kindest person. And a lot of her story is currently like around like a bit more teenage or young person rebellion, rather than the mother story, which I think is going in a more interesting direction. She seems like a more mysterious character to me, and especially obviously the father's character. We got a lot more of his early life, but he was a very interesting character as well. So we'll see where we go. So I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is I'm ill. The good news is, because I'm ill, I managed to finish this book, Flashlight. I finished it last night and this morning because I was too ill to do much of anything else. And wow, it was really, really interesting. I'm not sure if this is going to be my new favourite from this list, especially I think because I was reading it when I wasn't feeling very well. Like that's the kind of energy I needed, because I think if I was feeling in a rush or other things, I think that I just wouldn't have connected with this book because it is very slow, it is very meandering, there's a lot of description, and I can really see why some people would not get on with this one. But ultimately, I really, really liked it. I'm gonna give it, I think, 4 stars in the end. So you're gonna have to forgive me for looking a bit ill because I am ill. But let's talk a little bit about this book. This author is clearly so talented and so practiced at creating this like overlapping kind of like slowly unfolding story that still does make you feel tense, still makes you feel interested in knowing what's going on. I did think at times the description was a little bit over descriptive for my taste. Like lots of the sentences are very run on, and that can kind of really feel like it slows down the plot. And weirdly, conversely, from the beginning of the story, which is quite slow in terms of the like progression of things that are happening, it's very unfolding very slowly. The end of the book speeds up a lot, and especially like the timeline becomes a lot shorter. But for some reason it felt to me like I didn't like the pacing when it was going faster, when normally I like things that are more fast-paced. For some reason, I felt like it was taking me longer because maybe every time we were chopping and the timeline was moving much quicker, I felt like I was being like left behind almost. I don't know. The other thing is, I feel like there's a lot going on with the characters in this story. They are not very likable people. Like none of them are a perfect character. And I think it's going to really depend on your sensitivities with characters, whether you like them or not. Because for me, like I said a bit before, the character of the daughter, I found her more and more annoying as she got older because she has one of the traits that I really don't like in characters, and I think in people in general, and that is being spiteful. I really can't stand reading about characters who make decisions based on spite, or just living with a lot of spite, or, you know, living with situations that are within their own power to control and they make things actively worse, especially when they're supposed to be a very intelligent character, which is what this daughter is. All the characters are supposed to be very intelligent in this, and there is evidence for that, but it was like a lot of intelligence without any wisdom in my mind. She had no wisdom, which I think is kind of like her character journey, but I don't think we fully kind of came through the other side of that in a satisfying enough way for me. But honestly, such an interesting story, such an interesting exploration of the politics of these 4 countries basically, and what that can do to a person, and also intergenerational grief and how geopolitics kind of plays out in terms of one person's lifetime. I learned a lot. I thought it was written really beautifully, except for like occasionally it was a little bit run on, and I can highly recommend this one. But I will say it's definitely not going to be for everyone. I can really understand why some people maybe would DNF this early if it is too long and slow and boring. And I'm hesitant to say stick it out, because I think that although there is a good amount of payoff, I think if you're not enjoying the beginning, you're not going to really enjoy the way that it continues. So, but yeah, that's another book done for this vlog. The other good news is I have another book to unbox. So I'm going to unbox this for you now. This is from Hachette, but don't know which book I requested from them. I can't remember who was being published by Hachette. So sorry, I'm ill, so I'm just like mumbling away, but let's open this and see what book it is. I think it's, this always happens. I think it's definitely just one book today, but this will probably control what I read next for the rest of this vlog as well. So many hardbacks I'm gonna be having. I don't usually buy hardbacks. It's Endling. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. Everyone's been talking this one in the comments of my videos and saying that this one was amazing, and you've all gotten me so excited for it. They've already got their Booker Prize sticker on this one. Oh my goodness. And Anne Patchett's quoting on the front, and I also really love this cover. I think because I'm now choosing between a couple of books to read for the rest of this vlog, I might start with this one. I'm pretty excited about it. I think this is the one where I literally can't describe what it's about, because it's about an endangered snail in Ukraine, and they're these kind of 3 women, and it's about like mail order brides. I don't want to even read the description because I want to just dive in with this one. But yeah, I got a comment I think a couple of days ago from one of you, who said that you just finished this new in tears. So I'm excited. I'm more excited for this one than this one. So I'm so sorry, Flesh, you're going to be put on the back burner for now, and I think this will be the next one I'm going to read for this vlog. Good morning, everyone. I'm realizing I just keep vlogging in this same room, but we are leaving the house today. We're going to go and get some pastries. I'm not feeling very well still, so still going to be a very relaxing day, but I thought I would go and get a little pastry treat, and they are absolutely delicious pastries, so I can't wait to show you. But in other reading news, I did start this book last night. I read about 10% of it, maybe like the first 35 pages. Already really enjoying the tone of this. I think it's kind of giving me like dark humor. It's got like a witty vibe, but I'm also super intrigued. So far we are following this one woman who she's a scientist, and she is trying to preserve the life of different like all these different snail species, but she's living in like Ukraine. I think this is set in 2022. There is a lot going on, and it's just like kind of a failing project. And I've just been introduced to another character as well, who is kind of part of these romance tours, like these brides to be tours for some like Western men who come and date women and try and find brides. But she seems like a really interesting character as well. So I only just got a tiny bit of her, but I'm going to read a lot more of this today, hopefully. But before that, let's go and get some delicious pastries. I kind of forgot that this is the vibe on a Saturday morning at this bakery. Oh no, the queue is massive. I try not to come on Saturday mornings, and I completely forgot about that fact today. I think because I'm ill. So it's like exactly peak time for a queue. I'm gonna stand in it for like a little minute, see if it moves quickly, and if it doesn't, then just sack it off. That's the only fun spot I'm getting. Decided to wait in the line, and now I've waited too long to leave, so it looks like I am waiting in the line. We are getting there though. Here's the option. I'm definitely getting the everything bagel croissant, maybe this tomato thing, but maybe this peach thing as well. More over here. Now I have to decide. Oh my god, pastries have been acquired, but obviously I found myself in a bookshop. I'm deciding whether or not to pick up this book, but I really don't like the cover. I feel like because I've already read it, I'm buying it for the cover, so I do kind of want it to be pretty. But I really like this bookshop. It's kind of in a gallery, and they have just like very cool collection. Kind of tempted by this. I know I want the Emily Wilson translation, and this is quite a pretty copy. So many books, so little time. I'm not allowed to be buying books. I'm not allowed. I need to film my TBR where I'm talking about how many books I've bought versus read this month, and I don't want it to be too many. I'm gonna sit here now, having a coffee now in this beautiful sunshine. I'm bringing this book around with me as a prop though, honestly, because I'm just sitting here doing the New York Times games. Just done Wordle, now moving on to connections. Okay, I've been really not feeling too well, so I've come home, had a shower, washed my hair, and now I'm going to just try and relax and have some time sitting on the sofa reading. I'm gonna try and do like a good hour of reading on the sofa because just feeling not very well, and that's the only thing I think I can kind of really sit and do. So I'm in my comfy cozies and I'm ready for a good afternoon on the sofa, and I'll eat my pastries at some point and I'll show you what I got as well, because they are absolutely delectable. I'm sitting here reading, really enjoying, and I'm gonna have one of my pastries with a cup of tea. This is tomato. I can't actually remember what's underneath. I think maybe cheesy type thing in kind of a croissant bowl. I'm very excited. Okay, here's the cross section. I think it looks delicious. It kind of looks like orange. Let's try it. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, that's so nice. I'm not actually sure what's underneath it. It does seem a bit cheesy, but it's like super soft and herby, and the tomato is so good. Very happy with that. Guys, I'm loving this book. It's so much fun. I'm really enjoying how it's written and these characters. It's really surprising, like just the way it's being written. makes me just want to continue reading it. It's got a really nice tone to it, and it is witty in the way that it's written. It's not funny, but it's kind of got like a dark wit to it. But it's not trying to make you laugh out loud, but it's just written in such a good way. But I do really think also I'm going to get really attached to these characters. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So far we know the two different women. The one woman who is trying to save these, well, failing to save these snails. And then we have another young 18-year-old girl who is becoming kind of one of these mail order brides, but she has strong ulterior motives for being involved with this organization. And I just got to the point where we've changed perspective again to one of the men who have come to Ukraine to try and find a bride. But yeah, I think it's really, really good. I think it's gonna, like, in the end, I think it's gonna break my heart, but so far just been a delight to read, to be honest. Really, really been enjoying it. I also only just realised that's a snail on the front. How cute. I just did not realise that was a snail. That's really cute. I like this cover even more now. And also I like the meaning of Endling. It's basically what she refers to as the very last snails of their species. The last ones of their kinds are the Endlings. Yeah, it's very, very good. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm about on page like 80 something, 82-ish. So I don't know what percent through that is, but I'll definitely continue reading it, but I'm gonna have a little break now. I almost forgot to show you, but this is the second pastry I'm having. It's an everything bagel with like cream cheese. It's a croissant with everything bagel seasoning and everything. And it is so good. It's my favorite thing. I always get it from there. And I always think, yes, it is expensive, but also they're kind of massive. Like that is pretty huge. Very, very excited for this. Hi gorgies, I am made up because I've just done a video, even though I am ill. Hopefully you can't really tell in the video that I'm ill, but it's been too long since I've posted and it's starting to make me feel really anxious, and I just needed to, like, I hate being ill and then you lie on the sofa and then you just end up not feeling any better. And anyway, I've ended up filming a little TBR video. I'm sitting here editing it now, having a little iced coffee. This is actually just like a Starbucks Frappuccino-y one that I've added ice to. Toffee and honey flavour, and it's absolutely delicious, I have to say. Anyway, I'm sitting here editing now, and I think once I've got this done, I will feel a lot better and I will be able to kind of like rest my brain as well as rest my body. And I'm going to be continuing to read more today. I think I'm going to focus on really getting through more of Endling. Got to page 100 yesterday. Still absolutely loving it. Really, really, really such a fun book. And might try and get to at least halfway today. And I'll tell you what I think, but I can't see it getting worse. It's like exactly my type of book. It's just weird enough, but it's got an emotional heart. It's unique. And yeah, I'm really, really thoroughly enjoying it so far. Definitely the best one yet. It's in contender with Universality, which I also loved, but we'll see which one I end up liking even more. So we'll see how it ends. Sandwich for lunch. This is tomato mozzarella and a balsamic glaze, and I'm excited to eat it. And then we're getting to reading. Morning everyone. Let me pop you up there. I have been reading, and oh my, do I have some more thoughts about this one. I'm loving it. I'm about 40% through to this one now, and I really don't want to like spoil what happens in this because I had no idea, and I think it's been really fun as an experience to read this other than knowing what I've already told you. But let's just say it goes off the rails. It is really interesting. It gets a bit meta. I will just say that something like interrupts the story that we are told we're being told, basically. And I now have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm almost a little bit scared because I was enjoying the story for what it already was so much, and now it's changing so significantly. I'm like, oh my god, but I'm loving it. Like it's so fun, it's so unique. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I'm really enjoying it. Can highly recommend this one already, but I'm only about 40% through, so I'm gonna read even more today, at least try and get to halfway in this one. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen in this. I'm only 40% through, it's crazy, but gonna do some reading today. Also, I'm still ill. I'm not like ill with a cold, like an infectious ill, but it is an illness that I can't like go up and like walk around too much, which is really annoying because I'm just so bored of lying down. I'm feeling slightly better today, so I might go and try and sit in a cafe and do some work and treat myself to leaving the house, because I'm just literally so bored that my brain is hurting. I promise I'm not like infectious ill and gonna make other people ill. It's not that type of illness, and I went to the doctor yesterday and it's all fine, but yeah, I need to sorry, not to threaten you with scissors, but I was about to open something in front of you as well. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to maybe go and sit in a cafe, just at least for the morning, although it's absolutely boiling today, so I wonder if the cafe is even going to be hotter than my house. But upstairs in my house gets quite warm. But I also wanted to open this package. Any other geeks out there? Obviously, we're all kind of geeky here, surely. Like, I mean, I'm definitely a geek, but I'm really excited about this. I have a very special event coming up very soon, and I wanted, this is so cute, honestly. I wanted some special jewelry, and what's more special than, can you guess what it's gonna be? I think some of you will already guess. Unboxing. Oh my goodness. Do you think that's just the most gorgeous thing in the universe? Because I do. Do you think it's just super casual? Okay, I'm obsessed. I want to wear it all the time. Let's get out of here because I'm already sweating like crazy. This is the tote of the day, which has got a quote from Ripeness on it, which I still haven't read. Oops. But it's a cute tote, so I'm gonna wear that today. Strawberry matcha. I finished it. Oh my god. What a book! Okay, let's talk about it. From my last update, it just all kicks off in the best way. This is one of those books that I put down. I finished it literally last night and I was just lying there like, that's a book. That is what literature is about. I absolutely loved this, and it's even making me rethink my current rankings that I was going to do for the end of this video. But literally, wow. I honestly don't want to tell you my favorite parts about this book or the reason why I love it so much, because I don't want to spoil the experience of reading it. And one of the best things about reading it is the way that it switches up on you. So I don't want to tell you all of the things that I loved so much about this. I will obviously in like a final wrap up once I've given you all, because I know lots of you are going to be reading along with me during these vlogs. But honestly, after you get to about 40% through this book, up to the end, like I want you to be able to experience that the way that I experienced it, because I didn't know much about this book going in, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because I was experiencing it like with a lot of wonder as I was reading it, because this is the type of things that I want to see on a prize shortlist. I want to be surprised. I want to see new approaches to the structuring of a book. I want to feel deeply for the characters and also feel for the world. And this book is also so current in like a very devastating way, but also was just actually enjoyable to read. The characters were enjoyable to read about. I loved them so much, but also the way that the author is constructing this story is just genius. And I know that it's going to be maybe unsatisfying, but I don't want to tell you too much about it because I just absolutely loved it. It really does take you on a journey, and I can't believe it. I really love this one so much. I'll talk really briefly about my thoughts on Universality as well. I won't take up too much time in this video because I've mentioned my love for this book already in many of my Booker Prize videos and my wrap-ups. I absolutely love this book. This book is a social commentary on journalism, our relationship to the truth, and also a lot of the politics at play, especially currently in the UK. To me, it does feel like a very UK-centric book, as did her previous book to me as well. But this book starts off with a journal article about a man being hit over the head with a gold bar, and then you go and follow the people who are mentioned in that article in the second half of the book. And the strength of this, I think, is the way that Natasha Brown explores these different characters and all of their complexities and how they relate to the original story that we're hearing about, but then also relating to each other, how you are reacting as a reader. She is like forcing reactions and certain questions arise, and I think it's really interesting how she writes these very contradictory characters. But anyway, I've talked quite a lot about this book already, so I won't take up too much time in this vlog, but safe to say I absolutely loved it. That was a 5-star read, and as is this one. But where does that leave the ranking of the books that I've currently read for the long list? I honestly think this vlog has been really, really successful for me. I was a lot more nervous about reading these Booker Prize. This is the first time I've ever done vlogging for reading the Booker Prize. I've done the Women's Prize twice, but I haven't yet ever done the Booker Prize. And honestly, this has gone really well for me. We started off reading Audition, and then I read Flashlight, and then I read Endling, and I've already read Universality. So how am I ranking these 4 books? For me, there is an obvious last place, and that has to be Flashlight. I think this one I did enjoy reading, especially the beginning of this book. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to, but there is something missing for me. It didn't quite mesh together in the way that I was hoping for it. Even though I enjoyed what I was exploring, I enjoyed a lot of the writing, something about this just felt it was too long. Firstly, I think by the end of the book I felt a bit exhausted by it, and it wasn't punching in the way that I wanted it to be punching, like in terms of the themes, in terms of the character development. It wasn't all coming together like how I felt it should for how much time I'd invested in the book. So that one is unfortunately going to be at the bottom of my list. I still like this book and I still do recommend it to certain people. It's just not going to be coming near the top for me. In 3rd place, we definitely have Audition. I really, really enjoyed this one. This is one that is confusing in a fun way, I think. Some people don't like when books are confusing. I do personally like being a little bit confused, especially if you have a certain amount of trust in the author. Like, I've never read from this author before, but just the way in which it was being written, I trusted that the confusion, I was supposed to feel confused. And I like trying to figure out what's going on. I like trying to decide not just what's going on in terms of the plot, but why is the author doing this in this way? I want to sit there and try and figure that stuff out. And this book has got a lot of potential for that. I do think it's not going to hit with everybody, but it did hit with me. It's just not going to top this list because we've got 2 absolute 5-star reads that I've already been talking about. And then next up, I genuinely don't know how to split them for Universality and Endling. Obviously, I've only just finished this last night. I read Universality now a few weeks ago, and I've had amazing conversations with people about Universality as well. But does that mean, like, this one, I don't know. How am I going to feel about this one in a few weeks, you know? I think for right now, for the reaction I had with finishing this one last night, I have to put it at the top. And I'm going to put Universality second and then this one at the top. But I'm going to revisit this list when I put them all together. Like, obviously for my next vlog, I rank like all of the 8 books. Yeah, I think I have to put this one at the top, which is crazy. What a turn up for the books. I did not think in the first vlog for the Booker Prize that I would already have one that would beat my personal favourite of Universality. But this is a 5-star read. Everybody, go and read it. I think that this one I can recommend to everyone. It's engaging and it's fast paced. It's got amazing characters. It's so well constructed, surprising, and it's beautiful and it feels profound, and I can wholeheartedly put like my recommendation out to, I think, my entire audience for this one. So definitely try this. And if you've already read it, then let's talk about it in the comments, because I don't want to talk too much about it, because I don't want to spoil kind of what type of book it even is for the people who haven't read it yet. So definitely go and read this one. So that is my ranking for the first Booker Prize vlog. We've done 4 books, and I am literally, as soon as I finish wrapping up this vlog, I'm starting the next vlog, because I've already started reading my next book, which is Flesh, if you did want an insight into what I'm reading next. And if you have recommendations for books that you want to see in the next vlog, then please leave them on this video, because like I said, I'm literally starting to film this next vlog right now. I want to say a huge thank you to my Patreons. You guys are the literal best, and thank you so much for supporting me and supporting this channel. I absolutely love chatting with you guys over there, and I just want to tell you that your support literally means the world to me, so thank you so much. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't, please remember to subscribe, because I'm continuing on doing these Booker Prize vlogs. And also please give this video a like and a thumbs up. That really helps me out, and leave me a comment obviously with any of your thoughts on this video, but mainly if you've read any of the Booker Prize books, what's your current ranking, because I'd love to know. And if you haven't yet, which one do you think sounds the most interesting so far? And I hope that you are going to pick up Endling and also Universality, but honestly, absolutely loved Endling. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.